Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. Welcome to the One Perspective to Another podcast. I'm your humble and gracious host, A. Sanders, and that song still got a nice little bop to it. Whoa, wow. This is how we do. Getting a little bit too ambitious on this now. But no freestyles from me. I'll let the AI do all that. But welcome to episode 183. This is called Evergreen Cosmic Pace. This week, I wrote down the thought, the jot, the note about pace. It's always a reset, a thought process. Seasons change. It's starting to get hot, starting to get warm. Going in from the spring, rooting. You've been setting up. We did all the plant stuff, all the seasons. But now it's like, for me, and just me personally, like I like to slow down and take into account like things changing. And that thought of slowing down brought me to a place of evergreen cosmic pace. And with that, it's not about slowing down to where you just don't do anything, but slowing down to take your pace and not to move with such haste. That kind of rhymes a little bit. It's just the flows and the juices right now. But I say all that to say, like, remember being youthful and always wanting the world to you just want to do everything right now. I need this right now. I need to do this right now. But shout out to Terrence Howard and all the thought-provoking different planes of thought and just going against the status quo and just being able to express what you see, what you think, what you know to give somebody a different perspective. And mine is that pace. Sometimes we move with haste. Sometimes we move as slow as a turtle, because like I was saying, when you're a kid, it's just so much that you want to do now. And now getting older, like you see people, I got friends with kids, and you just see them talk about all the time, like it happens so fast. And we live in days, we manage our time. We want to spend more time with X, Y, and Z, meet people, see people and stuff. But like, you're only going to do things at the pace in which you feel comfortable to express and project yourself. Like, also too, like it's the graduation season to see a lot of people, friends, families, kids, mothers, daughters, like all graduating and stuff. And like, that's that rebirth moment or that slow down moment to be like, damn, people put in a lot of years, a lot of time, a lot of sacrifice, a lot of effort and energy towards doing something that was meaningful to them. It may not mean like you won the lotto, but just like seeing something you planted for so long come to fruition and just having that ability to slow down and enjoy, because you don't know what's next. You don't know what's going to be around the corner next. Maybe you doing something extra, but I mean, we got to celebrate those. I'm not saying celebrate those people, but like celebrate those moments. And the celebration is also kind of a slowdown, because I think it's just important. It's been less mental health because I laid down the basics, and like the rest of everything is very individual. So like you have to have those anchors in place for yourself and for other people, even myself included. Like, you can't nickel and dime your way towards anything that you set out to do. I mean, you can, but you won't be able to sustain that. That was a bad S word. But the pace also too correlates with like, dealing with other people. The example I had was like, you can't argue with people who aren't willing to like shift their POV and let their perceptions go like past what they're ready to see. You can't force people to do anything that they don't want to do. You can't force your thoughts onto them. You can't force your choice on them. You can't force what you think is right on them. And that also comes with an ability or recognizing, hey, I need to slow down with that. Another thought I had for slowing down was where profit is profit when it comes to money, economy, like everything going on and shit. We got a presidential election coming up real soon, so it's like it's going to be a lot of shifting of money, economy, profit. So it's like everybody want to get rich quick, but like it's okay to slow down and invest for the long term. Like personally, like I know investing in the S&P 500 when I really started getting, not really started getting it, but like really started learning about the stock market, reading shit, I can't even think of his name, Tony Roberts' book about the stock market and betting on America. Like America is not going to lose, no matter how you feel about it, no matter how what geopolitical things going on, whatever wars going on. Like as far as we know, in the next 10, 20 years, it's not going anywhere. So bet on America. And that's where the slow profit is still a good profit, because the quick lick is just a quick lick. You can only do it once. But yeah, with that. And then the next one was never being bigger than your means in the slowdown category. Because you're always going to get people, summertime coming up, people want to be outside. Kendrick put out the song of the summer and shit. So people want to be outside, but then you got to think about, like, I don't want to be beyond my means. If an enjoyable event is you taking a walk with whoever, wherever, anything that's free, like, do that shit. You ain't got to, you are not required to say yes to anything that you do not want to do. And I think that's important too, because a lot of people will put themselves in the hole, going to debt, all because they had to say yes. And I guess that's a confidence thing. I don't know. Maybe that'll be a different podcast or something. But I say all that to say, to come to this last piece about it all comes with time and understanding you're causing peace. Like your life is fulfilled by what you fill it with, not what anybody else. We can get inspired by other people. People can give you little tidbits of information you can learn unbiasedly in your thought processes. But at the end of the day, whatever fulfills you is what fulfills you and makes you feel at peace, gives you joy, gives you contentment. Like that's the wisdom and grace that we all want, is our own appreciation of life. Waking up and saying, like, I'm here, I'm present. I'm not saying like only you open your eyes. Nobody else is opening your eyes for you. Like we gotta learn better to compartmentalize that our life is our life and our thoughts are our thoughts, our eyes, our choices are ours. And we need to put more emphasis on that, because a lot of people are going to sway you and push you and pull you in different ways. And it's just a reminder for me to slow down, because sometimes you get overwhelmed with the amount of information and opinions of others. And sometimes it's just better to slow down. Because that's why I think I wrote this in the beginning, to tell myself, to say out loud that it matters that not every moment is going to be fun. Not every moment is going to be joyful. Sometimes it's going to get hard. Sometimes it's going to be easy. But in each of those steps is to slow down enough to where you can see where you are. And even if you can't, just keep going. Even if it's at a turtle's pace, if it's at a fucking crab's pace, if you're running fast as Usain Bolt, like always have a clock in your mind or in your heart or on your watch to say, hey, where you at? A self check-in, checking in on you, seeing how you doing, but do it with yourself. Yeah, and that was really it. Quick little powwow. And the last thing I've learned, last little thing, I guess, since it's been a while since I've written, but in person, the effects that, trying to figure out how to word this, but in person, the effects of how you treat yourself while looking inward at yourself. Like if you're looking at yourself in a mirror, that meme where the dude's pointing at himself inside the mirror, Like, the slowdown check should always start there. It should always start with you, however you manifest it in the world, whether it's a question to you, having an accountability friend, somebody checking in on you, seeing where you at. Or if it's me, like doing these podcasts is to remind myself to listen back in another year to see where my progress and my pace is with this and my cosmic pace, and just being accountable for how we live our lives. 13,000 something odd days in a life. 13,000 days. How did you live those 13,000 days? No, 13,000 days is probably like me 36 years and some I can't do that math, but it's 36 years and some change. So out of them 13,000 years, I'm probably saying that, not 13,000 years, 13,000 days, I probably lived fulfilled in about 7,000 of them. So when you get to 10,000 of like full consciousness, because half of them is me as a kid, me learning, me growing, et cetera, et cetera. But like now we're at that phase where life, I can say I'm gonna put in about 10,000 days worth of good choices and good decisions, and I can turn and look back on my life after I've done what I've done and say, hey, I did what I wanted to do, and be happy with it. Because at the end of the day, we just want to be content, fulfilled with ourselves. So with that being said, as always, it's just my perspective. Tell two friends to tell two friends, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, leave a review, give me 5 stars. Merchandise is available. OnePerspective2Another.com. Go get it. We got hoodies, we got t-shirts, we got baggies, little recyclable bags. We got it all. Get that back out there. And I hope everybody stays vigilant and righteous in the moment. And I'll catch you on the flip side, and I'm out.